Hi, good morning students. Today we are going to learn about a new chapter. Okay, now we are going to start a new chapter. Our new chapter is the endocrine system. Okay, so what is meant by the endocrine system? It's one of the most important system of our body, and it is related with the control and the coordination of the body. We know that there are different biological processes are occurring in our body daily. Okay. And this process, it has to be controlled. Okay. The activities of one process may control the activities of another process. There are different types of activities. Okay. So these activities, these biological activities, that has to be controlled and coordinated. Okay. Then only it may lead to a steady state of physiological function. There are different functions in our body. Okay. Our body organs are doing different functions. So these different functions must be get a state of what? A steady state of what? Physiological function. That's known as what? Homeostasis. So to keep up this homeostasis, these different biological processes in our body has to be controlled and coordinated in a proper manner. Okay. So for that control and coordination, we have what? The endocrine system. Okay. So in our body there are mainly two types of control and coordination. The first one is the chemical control. The next one is the neural control. Chemical and neural controls. The chemical control, it is brought about by the action of hormones. These are the chemical messengers. Okay. So the chemical control is brought about by the actions of what? Hormones. Whereas the neural control is brought about by the nerve impulses. Okay. The chemical control is associated with the endocrine system, whereas the neural control is associated with the nervous system. In the case of the chemical control, it's a slow process, and the process is almost generalized. Its actions are widespread. In chemical control, by using the hormones, the actions are generalized or it is widespread. And it is a slow process. Okay. But in the case of neural control, it's a very fast process because it is brought about by the nerve impulses. And most of these processes which are what? It is localized. It may affect just one of our muscle or an affected organ. Okay. So these are the difference between the chemical and neural control. So in this chapter we are dealing with the endocrine system, or what we call the chemical control. Okay. So we are going to study about the endocrine system in this chapter. Now, the endocrine system, the system is associated with different types of secretory cells. Okay. And these secretory cells which are grouped to form glands. Okay. So in our body, in human body, there are two types of glands. Glands are of two types. Okay. They are known as what? The exocrine glands and the endocrine glands. So in endocrine system we can see different secretory bodies, the secretory cells, which are grouped to form glands. So in our human body, there are two types of glands, exocrine and endocrine glands. So let's know what are the differences between these two types of glands. So in the case of exocrine glands, they are ducted glands. Okay, whereas the endocrine glands are ductless glands. That means their secretions, in the case of exocrine glands, their secretions which are poured into specialized ducts. So ducts are present in the exocrine glands. Whereas in the endocrine glands, there are secretions which are directly poured into the blood. There is no duct. Okay. Then the exocrine glands, once they produce, their effects may be brief. But in the case of endocrine glands, they have a prolonged effect. Their secretions may have a prolonged effect. Here, the secretions are produced in large quantities. Exocrine glands produce their secretions in large quantities, whereas the endocrine glands, they produce in very small quantities. Okay. Then in the case of exocrine glands, once the secretions are produced, if there any change in the production or the quantity, there will not be any kind of disorder. That does not cause any disorder. But in the case of endocrine glands, a change in the quantity, the production, that may lead to certain abnormalities in our body. Okay. Then salivary glands, gastric glands and sweaty glands, all these are examples for what? The ducted glands or exocrine glands. The pituitary gland, thyroid gland, all these are examples for what? The endocrine glands. So here, the secretions of these endocrine glands. Okay, we have to study about the secretions of these endocrine glands. The secretions of the endocrine glands are known as what? The hormones. Okay. So in this chapter, we are studying more about the endocrine glands. These are responsible for the control and the coordination of our body. And these endocrine glands, they do all these things by using what? By secreting the chemical messengers, which are known as the hormones. So let's know about what are hormones. Now let's know what are the characteristics of hormones. You know that the hormones are the chemical regulators or chemical messengers. Hormones are the chemical messengers. And they are produced in one organ. They may be produced in a particular organ, but they influence the actions of other organ, and that organ is known as the target organ. So each hormone may have a target organ. Okay, and they are required. Their amount. They are required in very small amount. Okay, their excess secretion that may lead to some disorder. Okay, they are hyper or hyposecretion. If they are produced in excess amount, okay, or they are produced not in the enough amount, that may lead to what? Certain abnormalities or certain disorders in the body. Okay, and they are organ specific. We know that they are secreted directly into the blood. Even though they are secreted directly into the blood, they are organ specific. They may reach at the target organ. They may have an effect on the target organ. And chemically, these hormones, which are what? Proteins or polypeptides or amino acids or what? The steroids. Okay. Then there are certain hormones which are secreted outside the body that may be involved in the what we call the sexual interactions for finding out the mates. Okay. For example, there are which are known as what? The pheromones or ectohormones. So pheromones or ectohormones which are secreted outside the body. So these are certain characters of hormones. So the next class we will study more about each and every endocrine glands. What are these endocrine glands and their hormones? Okay. So now I am going to conclude this section. Okay. So in the next class we will learn about the endocrine glands. What are the glands and their hormones?